Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Eye Opener Society. We just finished up our Thursday night sermon, which was absolutely amazing. I mean, Lizzie brought us on just an absolute flawless sermon. And then for our newest minister, Halos Phoenix, she done so damn good. She really multiplied what I and Lizzie had both said. So this is the after show, and this is where Lizzie and I are just literally sitting around and we're discussing. But she has something planned for us, and so I'm going to have her explain it, and then we're just going to go through it completely for you out there to see what goes on behind the scenes. Lizzie, what you got?
Okay, so this topic was inspired by your I think it was your most recent, maybe not your most recent, your second to last most recent. I'm behind. Anyways, you had this beautiful Wednesday night meditation about bringing your awareness to your third eye. And you did a couple things about just kind of bringing attention to it and tapping it. And I was reminded of this practice that I used to do back when I was first trying to explore my awareness of different things. And awareness, the same thing, is really interesting. It's used in so many different ways depending on who you're talking to. But the way that I look at it is your awareness is kind of like your consciousness. So if you are everywhere, everything, everywhere, like all those things, right? I don't want to list it every time. Then really your awareness can go anywhere you can consciously be aware that that is you. And that counts for like in your mind, in your body, in the room, like wherever it is that you are. And so regardless of whether you want to astral travel, alchemize emotions, like whatever it is, being able to, essentially like throw your awareness around is a really powerful skill to have. But it's kind of like, how do you do that? Because what is your awareness? It's just like your thoughts in your brain, right? But if you look ahead in the room and you look around and you let your eyes land on the things on the wall, the furniture, and you kind of scan the room back and forth, and then you look at something close to you and then far away and close to you and far away, you might find that you start after a minute feeling some kind of sensation that shifts. For me, it's like a weight, but I've had people describe it in a lot of different ways. But for me, it's like the weight is out here and then it's like up here, it's over here and it's over there. And when you do that, once you've got like an idea, even if you're not sure if it's accurate, like just play with it. There's no rules, okay? So once you have an idea of what your awareness might feel like, close your eyes and try to bring your awareness like into your eyeballs. And if you can do that, and if you can bring that weight into your eyeballs, try to drop it down into your cheeks. Notice if it goes instantly, if the awareness left your eyeballs, if it wanted to go on one side but not the other. Like, don't force it. This is all just kind of about allowing it, because your awareness is already everywhere if it's your consciousness, right? So all you're doing is allowing yourself to recognize the awareness that's already there. I'll just let you sit with that for just a moment
Mm-hmm.
there.
It's, it's funny. You're right, because with my teaching, when we're activating the third eye, the same thing, just by putting that pressure and it does activate. And now what you're teaching, I could see it. It's a little bit easier for me because I've been practicing, meditation long enough. So I'm putting my awareness in my eyes, and it is pretty interesting because you're aware of it. Yeah, I really do. It's like I'm aware now in my eyes, and that's your
Well,
concept is actually easy to understand, but I've never done it. I never, figured this would be something, and it's great. And then when, like you said, when I drop down to my cheeks, now it's a little different because I don't know, the cheeks is so random, but you could feel the sensation of that weight leaving the eyes and trying to find where it is you're focusing next. Oh, it's fun to play with.
Hmm.
And so,
And
yeah, you could go ahead.
oh no, no, sorry. Go ahead. I
No,
didn't mean to
no,
cut you off.
no, no. You're absolutely fine. I'm just saying. It's just, it's wild that yeah, you can now. Okay, now I'll go on the wall, and I come back to me, and now awareness on the back of my head. It's an interesting perspective when you're actually doing it for the first time. It really is. It's and you're absolutely right. You do kind of feel. I like the word weight. It is kind of like a weight, because you all everything's focused right on what you're focusing on, whether it be the eyes, cheeks. So it is. It is. It's a weight. That's that's pretty cool.
Thanks. And the this can this is something I still do all the time. You can so for example, try dropping it down if you have like a cut or something. If you have anything in your body like back pain or anything like that, try dropping your awareness into it and just allow your brain to give you like whatever image it gives you. If you don't mind being put on the spot, feel free to share any thoughts that you're feeling.
Okay. No, it's funny because you mentioned lower back pain, which I
That's
do
because I
always.
knew you had it.
Uh-huh, there you go. Yeah, I just always have this dull lower back pain. So I'm focusing on, and here's what I'm doing. I'm focusing on the back pain while I'm still aware of my own awareness. And now I'm going to merge the two. A little bit more difficult than I thought because I'm trying to put awareness onto a pain,
So
which,
maybe leave them separate for just a minute. When you're
mhm.
exploring your awareness in your back, do you think of it as very broad, like your back? Are you thinking of it in layers, muscle, connective tissue, nerves, bone? Does any of those layers like stick out to you?
I'm I'm focusing right on the surface, and I think that's where well, like I wasn't going into the deeper awareness of where the pain is. I'm focusing surface level because it's just a dull pain that I've had for so long. I think maybe because I'm so used to it, I can't go any deeper into like muscle nerve where it's at. But although I'm thinking more muscle right now that I'm thinking or I'm focusing more on it, it feels more muscle. So I'm at the muscle level. And I'm sitting there at the muscle level. That's where I am.
So you're sharing space with the part of you that is your muscle fibers. How you feel?
Tight.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
feel
take a
very tight. Like
can you like take a deep breath? Does it help or hurt?
when I breathed in, surprisingly, it felt like the pain. And don't get me wrong, this isn't like on a pain scale of 1 to 10 to 10. This is like probably a point 0.5. But when I breathe in, it lifted. I'll tell you that. The pain felt like it lifted. And then when I breathed it out, it was still gone, but then it came back. But I think the awareness of it, let me describe it to you this way. It's like I'm thinking of it. It thinks like the pain itself now becomes like its own entity. And it's thinking, oh crap, he's going to eliminate me. That's the feel. And literally
Oh,
that's the best way I could explain it.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So if that's the thing that pops up with that muscle, think about it. That muscle is afraid to be eliminated. Why would it be afraid to be eliminated? Is it because the death of itself, that is that muscle gonna die? Or does it feel like you might fall apart if it lets go?
Yeah, sitting on it, like I say, it feels like its own entity. So I think the pain itself is more aware that, oh crap, I might go away. And I don't think I'm attaching any of myself to that. That seems to be something from the outside that's creating pain. I don't know if that makes sense.
So it Do you mean outside? So let me ask you a question. Just tell me
Mhm.
which one feels more accurate. Do you mean outside like an emotional response? Do you mean outside like the posture sitting? Do you mean outside like a need of something? Is
You
there
know,
something that
if
comes to mind?
yeah, what's coming and surprisingly, because I know it is posture, and I know it is sometimes just me not paying attention when I'm bending over doing something, but I don't know why, but it's feeling as though it is some sort of external emotional attachment as well. And that's overriding the feeling of my, the pain being what it is from.
Okay. Okay. So emotional aspect, definitely lots of things we can do with that one. But first I want to kind of play with the posture a little bit. For some reason, the muscle that pops out to me just intuitively is the psoas muscle. I don't know if you know what that one is. It attaches the front of the spine, like behind the belly button. You know, in yoga or whatever, they say like breathe your belly button to your spine. What you're doing is you're activating your abs and kind of bringing awareness to the top part of your psoas. So it attaches behind the belly button on the front of the spine and it goes down and attaches on your inner leg. So when people throw their back out, it is usually the psoas. And when bikers throw their groin out or pull their groin, it's usually the psoas. It's the muscle that's overactivated when you bend to pick something up and you lift with your back, and
Hmm.
it's stretched by putting your leg backwards behind you, like in a deep lunge.
Okay.
I don't know if that feels good. Would it be weird for you to do a lunge and see if it did anything for you? I don't, or does that throw you out of awareness?
It may throw me out of awareness, and also because of the space I'm in, I don't think I can.
Oh, you don't
I
have it?
got the
Okay, no, no,
space
that's
to
okay.
do it. Yeah,
We
I'm sorry. I
we can
didn't mean
play.
to.
No, that's okay. We can play with that another time. I just
Mhm.
thought it might be a little bit faster because emotions can run so many different directions, depending. And since this was more about awareness versus emotion, I didn't want to throw you on the
Mhm.
spot here and see what
Yeah,
deep
no, no worries.
things you're thinking of in your low back there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But something that you can do is, even if you don't solve something, when you bring into awareness, is you're now aware that you can connect to this part of your body. And when you lay in bed and maybe it starts activating, get in the habit of asking it what part of it needs what. And you might find that you get the urge to stretch in a certain way, or go drink some water, or journal about something. If you ask your body to show you what it needs, it will inevitably show it to you, even if you can't solve it in the moment.
Yeah, I'll be honest because I know I spoke to you about that. I said it in the podcast. I've been mimicking a lot of what you do as far as motion, and especially when you're doing your stretching. When I see you on TikTok, I mimic that. Now that wasn't even. I wasn't self-aware of that. That kind of came subconsciously. I started doing it, and now I'm on this entire stretching kind of motivation. I do it now whenever I'm even like I'm just sitting at work or something, I'm finding myself stretching and I'm feeling each muscle as I do that stretch. And I'm just listening to my body as to where it wants to move. I have no
Mhm.
set pattern in it. I'm just doing a stretch just based off of feel. And it's kind of odd that, and then we're talking about this now, but it really does play in. I know you got a
It,
lot to do with it, and I blame you, and I blame you in a very good way.
it does kind of tie into this, but in the same way and almost the opposite way. So, like, okay, so you start moving and you let your body tell you what direction you want to move versus a certain protocol. So, you're bringing awareness to what your body wants, what your body's asking for, but you're also letting go of the awareness of everything you know.
Hmm.
I learned as a massage therapist different ways you're supposed to stretch, different ways you're supposed to do things, but everything is so perpendicular that I miss this wide range of different things. That, like, maybe I do want to stretch my lat while my leg is twisted in this weird way. Maybe that does actually do something to my left butt cheek. You know what I mean? And the thing is when you let go of the awareness of what things mean or what's supposed to work, and you just sit in the awareness of your body existing and moving. It's like it's kind of both, but it's kind of neither. And it just does something so magical in aligning all of it.
And I do get that because it really, when we incorporate the entire meditation and the entire focus of awareness, and like I said, I can do that. I understand the concept, but the way you're explaining it, where you can put all of your awareness anywhere, that's just a concept that I had not learned yet. So I'm learning something from this and I'm feeling it. So if anybody, I mean, I want to try and put it in my words, and it's not to say you're wrong. It's just what I'm feeling. It's as far as a meditative experience, if you're doing exactly what Lizzie is saying, bring all of your awareness to anywhere on your body. You feel your entire awareness on that part of your body. And that's a concept people are probably not going to understand until you start focusing and doing it. You feel that, and I like your word weight, because it is kind of like weight. Just like when I said, when I touch by my third eye, it's almost like an energetic reaction. This is an actual weight because your entire existence is now focused on one spot. But we can also move on to that, like you said, with pain, and you're physically now aware of where the pain is, and you're putting all of your awareness on it. It kind of it really stirs things up, to say the least. It really does. So I'm hoping that's kind of what you're explaining, which I know it is. Is just those are just my words and actually experiencing it right now.
No,
So
that's perfect. That's why I
yeah,
wanted to do this with you versus just like recording something and send it, because I wanted to get like your different side of how you would explain it too. I
mm,
think it's really important.
yeah. I and now I'm very curious, because now I'm going to start meditating and doing this more, just to experience and how it works, because it's new to me and I like that. And this is what. Go ahead.
I have to say, I think as soon as you do it, you're gonna find it's not as new to you as you think it is, because you specifically, Gary. I mean, I think a lot of people do this, but something I find about you is I think you actually already throw your awareness around to the people that you care about. And I think you
Mm,
can intuitively feel how they're feeling because you can find where you're aware of them, if that makes any sense. And so as you start
mm.
throwing this around your body and places in the world and people and concepts and things, I think you're going to find you were already kind of doing it. You just weren't aware of it.
That is beautifully said. And I really like that. And I appreciate, because of your friendship, and me, I think you are really honing in. And this is good. And I think this is what, if anybody wants to practice this, that self-awareness is what's so important. People, other people might know people that are close and they know them, but most people don't worry or concentrate so much on self-awareness, your own self. And you're right. Yeah. I'm saying, okay, this is new to me. And you're right. Yeah. I might go later and say, wow, no, I've experienced this in some form before. And I think that's exactly what you're saying. And that self-awareness is going to have me motivated to try this now more often than not.
Just note that this does sometimes elicit emotional releases. And it's important that when you get that, whether through playing with throwing your awareness around or moving your body, that you don't attach definitions to what comes up when you start feeling that emotion, because the stories that come up when you're feeling the emotion during an emotional release is what's being asked to let go. And so
Mm.
I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody that's listening while they're practicing these things. Like all that panic and stuff, all the story, all the things that you just knew were true, like if they're coming up right then, they're probably asking to not be true. Just for the okay, that's all I wanted to say.
No, that's fine. And that's a very good point, because, yeah, I mean, meditation can, and always, no matter, how we're doing it, can bring those, emotional things up. And this I can see, because we're really taking all of our awareness, bottling it up and putting it into one place where we want to focus on. So I can see what you're saying. Yeah, we may stir up some emotions, but that's fine. I want people to sit with that. Don't fear it. That's self-awareness. It's part of what we're trying to actually achieve. And you're right. Yeah, just don't attach the stories to it. Just let it be. Let it be. Work through it. Let it go through you. And then I guess refocusing then somewhere else would then change that emotion or get rid of that emotion or whatever the case may be. Because now you're
It would
focusing somewhere else.
It would, because remember, you don't have to like solve it. Just because you're aware of something doesn't mean you have to suddenly be aware of the problem or of the solution. Sometimes you just need to be aware of the problem for a minute, give it like time to redefine itself a little.
Right, right. This was so appreciative. I really, you took the time to come up with something, and I'm really going to try incorporating this into one of my Wednesday night guided meditations because I could do a guided meditation beautifully with that. And hell, even you could join me, and you could help out with that. I would love that. But this is new. And if you're following my Wednesday night meditations, like I said, I'm always letting you know the guided meditation is just one way because it's easy to do when I'm, doing a podcast on it. But there's so many different ways to meditate. People don't understand that. It's almost limitless, and you can always come up with your own styles like I did. So adding this now into the repertoire, I can associate it with other types of meditation, especially like focus meditation. Focus meditation is the same thing. We're going to focus now just our awareness instead of just on an object. Now we're just going to take our actual awareness and focus it on anywhere we want, really. So I love it. Thanks. I really
Thanks for listening
appreciate
to
it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I appreciate you bringing this up. And I appreciate everybody listening and sticking around for the little after show here. This is our little thing. We can sometimes do it. It all depends on time and what, each other got going on. But usually after the sermon, we like to just sit, hang out and chat. And then we just let it record. And you remember last time we did that, we had our first argument. And so this is the beauty of this. It's just because it's just so raw. We want to let everybody know we're sitting here trying to administer sermons, telling people this is what we should do. This is how we should behave. And then we get to sit back after the show and people realize we're just regular people, really, just like everybody else. We may not match as far as likes, dislikes, or what we say sometimes, but that's the beauty of life. That's how we find frequencies. You might not like one sermon because I might have brought up a topic that you're totally against, and that's what I like. We don't have to sit and like everything. You don't have to agree with everything we say. It's inspiration. It's something to take and something to absorb. So that's why I like doing these little conversations and recording them. This way everybody sees this is us. This is how we are. Regular, everyday people. We communicate just like everybody else does. We're not these here ministers where, hey, we're ruling the world and, women should have no place in, churches. We're regular people. We're a ministry. We're non-denominational. We focus on you, the audience. That's what's important to us. So we appreciate you joining us. You have anything else for us, my beautiful friend?
I think that was just a lovely summary there.
That's awesome. Thank you again, Lizzie. We really appreciate it. We appreciated your sermon tonight, and we definitely appreciated this little learning when it comes to our meditation. So join us again. Don't forget, every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is live ministry across Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget our Monday morning episodes and my Wednesday night guided meditations, and then my solo Saturday episodes. We'll see you real soon.